Hi, I'm Becky and welcome to today's video. We're going to be discussing some crucial updates that are regarding listing products on Amazon with compliance requirements that became effective September 30th in 2024. Now, compliance is obviously, it's going to be a key to your long-term success on Amazon, and I want to make sure that you're fully prepared for these new necessary standards. So understanding these new compliance regulations, it's really going to help you set apart from the competition, but really it's going to protect your business from penalties or just any issues with your listing getting pulled down and things like that. So starting September 30th of this year, 2024, new products, they will not be listed on Amazon until you actually have all these required compliance documents that have been submitted and then approved by Amazon. This is brand new. So this isn't a change to existing requirements, but really it's actually a new update for a step now to ensure that the products that are even sold on Amazon are meeting Amazon's standard for safety and regulation standards. So for brands, if you're managing compliance across multiple sales channels, think about Amazon, and that is really critical. So you want to ensure that your products are meeting those applicable regulations. That's something that you should be doing already, but it's going to impact things like your reputation and your revenue, ability for customers to trust you and even to sell on the platform of Amazon, for instance. And compliance, it's really often not thought about much. It's not one of those fun and exciting things, but I do want to make sure you have this video and this information so that you can be aware, because with Amazon, there's just a lot to keep up with, to be quite honest. In 2024, it's just more important than ever. And there's been a lot of new things that have rolled out this year that I want to make sure you always stay up to date. And if you're interested in making sure that you know the latest on what's happening with Amazon, make sure to click subscribe and like this video if you don't mind. That helps me to know that you're getting value from this video, and I would really appreciate it. Now, failing to meet Amazon's compliance regulations, it can lead to things like your listings could get suppressed. There could be penalties that are, costing you, and even more. So it really doesn't stop there, but those are just a few of the things that you want to be aware of. Now, compliance, it could feel a little bit overwhelming because there's just a lot of information that's involved, and this adds now one new piece to everything that you have to do for Amazon with creating your listings, keeping your listings up to date, not having them suppressed, things like that. So I'm going to really kind of break down those requirements. Like, you think of safety features, you think of labeling regulations, mandatory documentation. You can then better hopefully navigate this process, and you can stay ahead of potential issues. This is really why I want to have this video for you. I want you to be proactive in your approach. Now, let's talk about addressing some key compliance requirements. There are things like product safety standards. So Amazon requires that all of your products adhere to their strict safety standards to really protect the customer from risks of personal injury or property damage. These are good things for them, customers, and for you to have in place too. So this ensures that your products are meeting those high standards of safety and reliability. So like I said, this is a good thing. It's just something that's new that you haven't really had to submit documentation for in the past. Now, there's also mandatory documentation. So before, like I said, listing any new product, there's going to be compliance requirements. So you're going to have to actually submit compliance documentation like test reports or certifications that really demonstrate to Amazon that you meet their safety and regulation guidelines. So without that documentation, your products won't go live on the platform. So it is really crucial that you have the documentation ready before you create a new product listing for your brand on Amazon. Now let's talk about labeling regulations. Accurate labeling is critical. Amazon requires that all product information, safety warnings, ingredients, that they are correctly displayed. If you're missing anything or if you have anything incorrect on your labels, like I said, that can actually lead to your listing getting suppressed or even your listing being removed. Now, submitting the compliance documents. You're going to go into your Seller Central dashboard, and then you're going to go to manage all inventory. And that's where you can manage your listings and upload any kind of necessary compliance documents that Amazon requires. You want to then from there look at that search suppressed filter from the listing status drop-down menu, and you're going to look at for listings that might be held back due to some compliance issues. So if you do see a 0 there, that means that you don't have any current issues, that is great news for you. But if you do see a number, you want to click into that, and then from there, you're going to click into that fix listing suppression, and that's going to be in the listing status column to really open that action panel. So from there, you're going to actually just follow the instructions that are going to be specific for your product. Now, once all of your required documents are uploaded, you're going to click submit for Amazon then to review it, and then they will have to approve your listing. And compliance isn't just a one-time thing. Regulations are going to evolve. You always need to be staying proactive, and failing to keep up with new requirements, it could, like I said, lead to your listing getting suppressed, which means it won't be showing up in searches, which means you won't be getting sales. Now, if you want to learn more about fixing suppressed listings, make sure to watch this video I did here on how to fix suppressed listings. There also could be ASIN restrictions that happen, or even, like I said, removal from Amazon's marketplace if you're not providing the compliance documents that they need. By staying ahead of these changes with compliance, you're going to basically avoid interruptions to your listings. You're going to help your brand stay credible. You're going to also create a smoother path for growth, because then you won't have to worry about lost sales days from not paying attention. So unfortunately, this is something that you are going to need to pay attention to, and you do need to be proactive about. Also, make sure to pay attention to your notifications. Now, non-compliance, that doesn't just risk penalties or product suppression. It can obviously also harm your brand and your business reputation and even your bottom line. So Amazon has a growing emphasis really on safety and quality. So the risk of falling behind are just too high. So it's just best to stay compliant, make sure you give them all the documents that they need. And it's really not just about checking boxes when you think about it. It really also is ultimately you're building more trust with your customers. You're helping keep them safe, you safe as a brand. You're positioning your brand also for more sustainable growth. And like I said, by staying proactive, you're ensuring that your products are meeting Amazon standards, and you're also protecting your business. You're setting yourself up for long-term success as well. Now, if you want to learn more about keeping your Amazon account safe and suspensions to avoid, make sure to watch this next video here.